this episode, we will be discussing CPT coding basics. I am the medical coding guy. Before we go to the slides, just make sure you have your CPT book with you, okay? May it be a 2018, 2019, 2020, or the latest 2021 that you have. Alright, as long as it's a CPT book, okay? Copyrighted by AMA, you can use that for this episode, okay? So, let's start. So, our episode for today is your CPT Coding Series Episode 1, The Basics. Okay? So, things to have for this video and presentation. You should have the 2021 CPT book. If you have it available, that's wonderful. But if not, as I have told you earlier, any old CPT book will do. Okay? Our objectives for today are the following. So what is the CPT code? Okay? What are the categories? We'll be discussing those later. Breakdown of your code book. So at least you know where you will be locating those contents of your CPT book. If in case it's asked in the exam, you also have your icons and symbols, appendix at the back portion of your CPT book, and also coding basics, how you will be searching your CPT codes. But first, what is your CPT? So what is CPT? So CPT is current procedural terminology. So again, it's one of your books. It's colored yellow. So CPT book contains bulk of the questions from your 150 item exam. So again, if you're very proficient with your CPT coding, there's a very high chance that you will pass the exam. Okay, again, I already mentioned to you last time during the how to pass the CPT exam, how to pass the CPC exam rather, that there's a breakdown, okay, of your exam, and CPT contains bulk of them. Okay, so it's copyrighted and maintained by AMA, American Medical Association. So again, this question might appear in your exam, so please watch out for that. It's used for reporting services, procedures, anything done by the doctor or your provider. It's going to be coded with either a CPT code or a HCPCS level 2. That's the other book that you have with you, okay, the blue one, okay? So again, but bulk of the codes will be from your CPT book, okay? All right, let's have this scenario, so at least we will know how a CPT code is properly used, okay? Again, this is just the basic portion, okay? Let's say, for example, a doctor took a single x-ray or a single view x-ray for a patient named Malcolm, okay? So again, the important portion here is the CPT, although it's not mentioned here why. Maybe there's a lung abscess, or maybe there's a problem breathing for the patient, or maybe it's a simple employment certificate exam. All right, so let's check the code list here. So you have the following codes from 71045 to 71047. So it's mentioned here clearly that it's a single view chest x-ray. It's mentioned here PA. So PA stands for posterior anterior, okay? So again, it was taken from front to back portion, okay? So that's going to be the view, all right? So again, if a doctor will be taking an x-ray from the patient, it depends on how many views the doctor will do, or the doctor will be ordering for the radiation technician will be doing, okay? So in this case, it's a single view, so highlight this portion, all right? And then in the following codes, you have your single view here. So therefore, we'll be choosing your 71045. So easy as it looks, but there's going to be some guidelines we'll be discussing further, okay? Because as you can see, I have your 2 views here and 3 views here, but if you will be reading this alone, the 71046 and 71047 without this code, all right, it lacks something. It's just two B's mentioned here without your 71045. We will be discussing those later. All right. But before that, let's discuss the other basics like your CPT categories. Okay. So you have your CPT categories here. So let's start first with your category 1. Okay. If you will go to your book, okay, most of the codes are located here. So it's a 5-digit. All of your CPT codes contain 5 alphanumeric digits. All right. So that's going to be it. Your category 1 is an alphanumeric code as well. As long as it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it's going to be under your CPT coding. Okay. So you also have the breakdown here, namely your evaluation management, anesthesiology, surgery, radiology, path and lab, and medicine. I'll show it to you. Okay. For where in the book you will be seeing this portion. Okay. So somewhere in the first portion of your book, it's going to be located here. There's going to be your table of contents here. Okay. So again, if you want to know where is it located, it's all here. But what we're talking about for the category 1 is from this portion. All right. This color itself from your book. So that's going to be your evaluation and management up until, yeah, you will see bulk of the codes will be coming from your category 1 codes until you reach this portion of your medicine section. Okay. So after your medicine section here, so that's going to be your 99 something, 98 something codes. 1 second. All right, it's here. 99 something codes. It's all located up until this portion. So again, it will start from your evaluation and management all the way through this medicine portion. You can see which portion of the book you're in from the right side of it, or the left side, the leftmost portion, the one with colors. For example, in this page, you have it here. Okay, put a highlight. This one. All right. Okay, this one. This portion right here on my side. Okay, so that's your what? Category 1 codes. Category 2 codes. Okay, so for your category 2 codes, all right, so again, you will see this category 2 codes right after your medicine section, your 99 something codes. So if you will check, it's located right here, category 2 codes. So again, it contains your what? Other supplemental tracking codes. So you can highlight this portion. Okay, whatever I'm highlighting in your screen, that means it's a very important term that you need to highlight. So at least if in case it appears from your exam, you can easily check that one. So you have supplemental tracking codes here, and you have to highlight this performance measurement. Unlike your category 1 codes, category 1 codes contains your procedure code services, all right, or items delivered to the patient itself. But this contains your performance tracking or performance measurement tracking codes, all right? Usually done by the doctor for what? For data tracking, okay? Or hospitals for data tracking. That's how they will be using this category 2 code. So if in case it's asked, it's your performance measurement or supplemental tracking codes. And also, you have the following paragraph here. If you really want to check all the things about your category 2 code, just read this entire page and paragraph. Okay, but basically speaking, you have your code here. Let's pick one code. Let's take a look on this with this 050F 0500F. So as you can see at the last digit here, although it contains 5 digits, at the last digit here you have your F, which is a letter. So usually your category 2 codes always ends with your, it's not usually, it always ends with your F. All right, so that's why in this slide you see the word performance measurement, although it should be P. Okay, so that's going to be much easier to remember. Oh, performance measurement, it ends with F. So that's it. Okay, that's your category 2 codes. All right, again, 5-digit code with F at the end portion. Okay, next is your category 3. It follows right after your performance measurement codes, your again, your category 2 codes. So you have your category 3 codes here. So this is the one that you need to highlight from this first paragraph. contains set of what? Temporary codes. If there's any emerging technology services or any new technology that was recently discovered or it's for experimental usage, it's going to be somewhat located here in the category 3. Again, it really depends on the code sets that you will be using for that year. So again, if you're going to check some codes from 2020, it may not be available anymore to your 2021, okay? Because these are lists and sets of your temporary codes. If you want to know more about this, just read this whole guidelines here, okay? So you will learn a lot from this stuff, okay? But coders rarely use this category 3 codes.
A few moments later.
I don't know if you can see this though. Okay. So anyways, what you want to do is to search under your category 2 3 codes here, but it's clearly mentioned here that it has been deleted. I just showed you this portion, so at least you will know that again there's going to be some updates yearly. That's why I highly suggest for you to use your 2021 version of your book. So at least we're sure that no, there are sometimes the APC is asking questions. The exam itself ask questions that will be from your category 2 or category 3 code. Again, few things to remember about your category 3 or your what? Temporary codes. It ends with letter T, so you can easily remember that T for temporary. So that's going to be it. Can become a permanent code if in case it's going to be, of course, decided by AMA itself. Okay. All right. So let's now proceed to your CPT code book breakdown. Okay. So again, if you will be opening your book from page 1, so again, your page 1 is going to be your cover page, of course. That's going to be it. After your cover page, rather, it's going to be this. So you have this back of the cover. You have your symbols, okay? Here at the top, you also have your modifiers. Modifiers, modifiers. So you have your modifiers and symbols located at the back page of your cover, okay? So again, just check if ever that there's question with your symbols and modifiers, feel free to go to your cover page at the back of your cover page for easy access rather than going to your other appendices, which will take a lot of time. Or for the symbols as well, you can check it at the bottom portion of the body of the book. For example, this. Let's go to the middle portion of this book. Right. At the bottom portion, see, you have your symbols right here. Okay. For example, this. You have a star here that says telemedicine. Okay. Add-on code for the plus sign. So just locate it at the bottom level of your page. Okay. Next is your POS code. So right after your cover page, so let's go to your cover page for this one. Okay. Right, you will see something like this. If you will go after this, after the inside of your front cover, you will see this one, the place of service codes for professional claims. So again, this is used, these POS codes are used, okay, as your place of service code itself to be appended in the professional claims that you're using to at least specify where the services got rendered, okay? Alright, where your services were rendered. So that's going to be it. So again, let's say for example, do I have a question here? No. Let's say for example, the patient is here at the office. The doctor will be doing an evaluation and management treatment for this patient to know about his, let's say for example, fever. Okay. So again, what's the POS code that you'll be entering? So just locate it here. You can do it one by one if you don't have any experience yet with any of the POS code. Just locate the term office because it's mentioned office visit. Locate it under your this one. That's it. Okay. So office visit is your POS code 11. So you just need to put this in the box located on your claim form. Okay. So that's it for your POS or your place of service codes. You have your table of contents this time. So again, I already showed you this before. So just locate it here for your table of contents of if ever that you're lost, locating for that type of service. So you have your format here. Next, we will be checking, okay, what is the formatting of your CPT code compared to your ICD. Again, for the ICD, remember what I have told you before. Just read the description of that code, okay? And again, from that, you'll be applying whatever diagnosis the doctor has mentioned for today. So you have your formatting here. So notice the semicolon in some codes. All right, for example, this code 11720, you can go and check this one from your book. All right, so if you're there already, locate this semicolon. So the description of the 11720 code is debridement of nails by any methods. Don't forget to check this parenthesis with S. It will indicate the plurality of that specific code, whether it's singular or plural. That's what it indicates. Then this semicolon, I will make it smaller, so at least you can see what's next to it. So you have a semicolon here, 1 to 5, okay, and then you have your 6 or more listed here. So what's the use of your semicolon in this case? It's like very confusing. So what's the difference between these two codes? So what you need to do is to what? Again, most of the codes, some of the codes rather, are not written entirely. So that means to, of course, save up some space, okay, from your, or to make it look like more simpler, okay, and more what they call this, more compact, okay, they did this, okay, instead of writing it in the full as a full sentence for each code. So for this 11720, it's the debridement of nail by any methods. So try to pause before you're at the portion of your semicolon, okay? It's mentioned here 1 to 5. And then the next code, 11721, is also debridement of nails by any method, 6 or more. So it indicates how many nails, okay, will be what? Debrided for today. Is it 1 to 5 nails or 6 or more? That's it, okay? If we will go to your, let's have a breakdown of those codes. So you have your 11720, if it's going to be from your book. But if it's the long version, it will be written like this. Debridement of nails by any method 1 to 5. Debridement of nails by any method 6 or more. So that's how you will be reading it. Just make sure to check the semicolon. So at least you will be pausing there if in case you want to choose your next code after that, okay? So that's how you do it. Again, we call this 11720 as the parent code, okay? As your 11721, we call it as the child code. If there's more than one child code, we call it children code, okay? Whatever term you use, it's totally fine. Other instructors, other people use a different term. It's up to you, okay? But I call it parent and child, okay? Before it was, I had this friend of mine who call it like mother and child code. But again, it's going to be biased for some fathers like me. So that's why it's much better to use the parent. So it's going to be equal, okay? No bias or no jealousy will be happening. All right. So let's use that. Let's use those codes in a scenario just like this. A patient is here at the clinic for debridement of his fingernail. Let's put S here, okay? Fingernails. A total of 8 nails were debrided by the doctor. So again, keep that in mind. In some scenarios, you will be highlighting, okay, the number, okay, of specific procedure that was done, or if there's any number of body parts that were done for that day. For example, in this scenario, you have your 8 nails were debrided by the doctor. Okay, so the code that we'll be using here is your debridement of nails by any method. How many? 8 nails. So, are you going to choose this or this? Of course, you have to choose this 11721 because it's mentioned here 6 or more. That's it. Okay? Easy and simple. Alright? So, parenthetical instruction. So, we're done with the semicolon. Let's now go to the parenthetical instruction. So, again, certain parentheses can be found in some sections of your CPT book. Okay? So, this serves as your guide. Alright? So, if ever that you check your code 11730, it will serve as your guide for additional instructions. So, 11730, let's go to that code. Excuse me for my my daughter. Okay, she's already yeah, waiting for me to finish. But wait a second. Okay, let me finish this one, my little one. Okay, 11730 is your avulsion of nail plate. I will read. I won't be reading all of this. So this is avulsion of nail plate, but there's going to be some parentheses. Okay, below the code or above the code or beside the code or the description itself. So for example, these two codes here, you have your use 11732 in conjunction with 11730. All right. So this indicates that, hey coder, so the book is like talking to you. Hey coder, you should use this 11732 with 11730. It's like somebody is whispering to your ears. Use this 11732. So it's like that. So again, it's not your conscience that's whispering to you. It's the code book itself that's talking to you that, I just want to remind you that if you want to use this 11732, you have to code it with 11730. Okay? So there's going to be a lot of parenthetical notes listed here. So just check what is the required thing to do after you read that one. Okay? So that's going to be it for your parenthetical instruction. For example, in this slide, it serves as an example, okay, for that procedure description. For example, this 11755, biopsy of nail unit. So what's this nail unit about? Okay, again, if ever some terms in your CPT code book, okay, they will be implying on they will be giving the examples of that specific term that they have used. For example, nail unit, you have your plate, nail plate, all right, nail bed, nail matrix, hyponychium, etc. So again, it may not be the nail unit that was mentioned by the doctor, but nail bed. So 11755 is applicable to use. Okay, so that's it. All right. For the guidelines, let's now go to your, for the guidelines of usage of your CPT book, okay? It's totally different with your ICD because for the ICD, remember, most of the guidelines are located, okay, in the first area of that ICD book, okay? It's going to be under the conventions and chapter-specific guidelines. However, for your CPT book, okay, the guidelines usually appear at the beginning of each sections. Let's go with 11400, okay, for example. Your 11400, okay, is your your excision of your lesions, okay? So this is your 11400, and then if you will go, all right, to the paragraph information listed before that, so there's a lot of guidelines listed here, for example, this, all right, this one up until this portion, okay? So excision of benign lesions. So those are your code sets from your 11400 onwards. So if you want to read about those group of codes, what are those for, what are the guidelines I need to apply, you might want to take a look in the paragraph information here. So read all of this stuff if you have time, but again, only highlight what's important. So if in case you need it at the time of the exam, you will be using that, okay? So that's it for your excision of benign lesions, the guideline itself. So guidelines are located in the, at the beginning of each section. But some guidelines appears at the parenthetical notes. So please check those, okay? All right, add-on codes. So next will be add-on codes. Remember, I have shown you your 11732 earlier, okay? So again, your add-on codes have this add-on symbol or addition sign or plus sign, okay? So basically, if you see a plus sign or an addition symbol, all you need to do is to add that specific code with the plus sign to another code, okay? So sir, which code are we going to add this add-on code to, okay? Again, it depends if it's written in the parenthetical notes for whatever code you will be applying this add-on code for. Alright, just like this, 11732 to be used in conjunction with 11730. Some codes, alright, for your add-on codes can be applied to multiple codes, can be applied to other codes as well. It's not that always applicable for one code. Sometimes it can be added for more than one code. Okay, so just make sure to check this, and it can never be reported alone. Okay, all right. Other symbols. So you have your other symbols. I already mentioned to you this one earlier. Again, you can either check the first the cover page. So right after the cover page, that's going to be where the symbols are located, or below the book. You can check that one, the symbols itself. So if, let's say for example, there's a question about what does let's check. What does a red circle indicates? So just like in this slide, I mean in this in your screen, you have your new code there. So that indicates new code. So that's a bonus question for you. Let's now proceed to your appendices. So again, it's located right after your category 3 code. So let's locate that one now. As long as you know your what do you call this? Where's your CPT located? Okay, where's your CPT code located? Where's that CPT category located? Or your appendix, category 2, category 3. It will be easier for you to answer those questions about those topics, okay, in your exam. So appendix. So let's do it one by one here. So for your appendix, it's located after your category 3. So as you can see from this image, I'll make it category 3 codes here. Usually it's the notes page, okay, you'll be seeing as at the end portion of each chapter or category. For example, this one, appendix A, it's already written here, it's all about modifiers, okay. So again, each appendix is for a certain topic. So if you're looking for modifiers, check that appendix A. If you're looking for additions, deletions, or revisions from the previous code sets, you can check it here. All right, so just check those, and I have it on your screen. What are those? So we have a lot. So we have from appendix A up until appendix P. So again, if you like to memorize those, be my guest, it's totally fine. But again, there's no need for you to memorize these terms because it's located on your book already. So remember, your exam is an open book, okay? All right. So let's proceed to your, I'll just give you the most important appendix that you should try to read, okay? So read after, it's going to be, of course, very important for you to read these appendices because it's going to be mostly part of your exam as well. Appendix A and your Appendix L, okay? So that's going to be your vascular families and modifiers. We might discuss in the future your vascular families if we have the topic about cardiovascular system, okay? How to use the CPT book, okay? So again, let's say for example, you already know how to read the medical records. You already know where to locate the procedures performed by the doctor, excuse me. So what you want to do is to select the procedure. So this is the number 1. All right. So again, select the procedure, select the name of the procedure or the services, okay, accurately identified by the doctor itself, okay, or the provider. Check for the main term, cite in the condition, all right, and check for any synonyms, eponyms, and abbreviation, okay, for that specific term that you found, all right. And then after that, locate that specific main term, whatever located under this bracket, inside your CPT index. So it's the same with your alphabetic index. What you want to do is to go at the back portion, all right, of your CPT book. It's all located here. Notice it's arranged alphabetically, all right. Remember your ICD-10 book, okay, but it's arranged depending on the body part and also depending on the procedure that was performed. But what we're locating here, it depends on the main term, okay, or any terms located here, okay? And then after locating that in the CPT index, confirm the code from your CPT categories. So usually it will be found in this category 1 codes, but it can also be found in the category 2 and category 3. All right. So again, let's try to apply that learning, all right, from this example. So I want you guys to locate partial splenectomy. Partial splenectomy. So again, your main term here, it's not partial, it's your splenectomy. You can either choose your splenectomy directly, or you can go with the body part involved, which is the spleen. Okay, so again, you have to check those. Let's have it. All right, you can do it on your own, but let's locate splenectomy first. Okay, so splenectomy is letter S, so you have to move forward to that letter S in your CPT index. All right, so let's locate it right here. Spleen, spleen. Alright, so we're now at SP. So spleen is located, one second. Sorry, huh? My eyes are not that very clear. Alright, this one. Splenectomy, okay? You can either go to your spleen, alright, this one, or go directly to the procedure performed splenectomy, okay? So under splenectomy, locate, of course, the word partial if it's available. So you have your partial here. Can we code 38101 directly? Let's find out, okay? So after locating the word partial splenectomy, after checking what's that code, in this case it's your 38101, okay? Locate it under your CPT Category 1, okay? So just check on your book right now. So once we're at your 38101, so it's mentioned here, this is your partial. Remember earlier, locate the word before, locate the parent code if it's indented to the right. It's like this, slightly indented to the right. So that's going to be splenectomy, pause, because of the semicolon, then go with your partial. So in this case, it's your partial splenectomy. Alright, so that's your code 38101. So you can finally code your first case as a medical coder student. Okay, so that's going to be it. Very easy, much easier than your ICD-10. So expect that you will be getting a lot of points in the CPT section. Okay, of course it's not always that super easy. There are some topics that that has long questions and difficult guidelines, so watch out for those. Let's have these 3 examples, okay, before we of course end this episode. So from now, remember the following things I have discussed with you. Again, remember your the categories. All right, categories 1, 2, and 3. So you should know by now where to locate them and what are those. Again, category 1 are your normal CPT codes, the usual everyday CPT codes that you will be coding. Category 2 codes are your performance management or measurement codes. It ends with letter F. Category 3 is going to be temporary codes. It ends with letter T. Okay? Again, those are the things that you need to remember. What else? I have told you where to locate the symbols. Okay? Where to locate the modifiers. Alright? Where to locate your where to locate the POS codes. So those things. Okay? Let's now go to your questions here. Mr. Widler is here for partial laparoscopic colectomy with anastomosis and coloproctostomy. What are the things that you need to highlight? Again, the main term, the main procedure performed, other procedures performed. He is here for partial laparoscopic colectomy. So highlight colectomy with anastomosis and. So if you see the word with, that may that is going to be the extra procedures that were performed. Okay, so but go with your main term colectomy. So again, since you have your choices here already given, what you want to do is to go directly to this codes, or you can probably go with the old way to search it, the checking your your CPT index. Okay, so if we will check the CPT index, all you need to do is to go to letter C at the back portion. Go ahead and check it as your colectomy. Colon, all right. Much better. 1 second. Yeah. So colectomy is already mentioned here. So what type of colectomy is mentioned? Laparoscopic partial. Okay. So colectomy, partial, laparoscopic. What else was mentioned? Anastomosis and coloproctostomy. So anastomosis, all right. You also have here your coloproctostomy. So how are we going to search for this? Again, go to the codes directly for 4140, for example, okay? Or it's mentioned here laparoscopic, so it's much better for us to go to this set of codes. See, it's much harder than to just go directly to the codes listed here and do it one by one, okay? But let's go to this route first, then let's go to the other, the easier or the shortcut technique, okay? 44204, if you will go with that code, let's try to check, okay, where we'll be coding this. So you have 44204, colectomy, partial with anastomosis. So that's going to be your colectomy, partial, anastomosis. What about coloproctostomy? So can we code this 44204? And it's not located under your options here. So you might want to go a little bit forward and locate your proctostomy, coloproctostomy. Alright, I think we found it. So you have coloproctostomy here, 44207. You also have your coloproctostomy here, but this time it's with colostomy. In that case, since colectomy, partial, with anastomosis and coloproctostomy was given for 44207, we can finally code letter delta. Okay? But again, it's much easier if you will just go ahead and check it one by one. Let's do the shortcut in this next question. Okay? So next question is, what is the correct code for performance measure for moderate rheumatoid arthritis disease activity? So again, if this hospital require their providers to code this, okay, for the rheumatoid arthritis disease activity of all of their clients, all right, what's the code that you will be coding for them? So again, I highly suggest go to this codes one by one, much easier and faster. 3476F. Again, guys, it's I mean the right thing to do is to go to the CPT index portion. Make sure you know how to do that. So at least if ever that there's going to be an interview for you and you only have your book and it's going to be fill in the blanks question, you know what to do, okay? But this is more of the shortcut technique. So disease prognosis for rheumatoid arthritis assessed. Let's check your 75F. Rheumatoid arthritis assessed, poor prognosis. So you have poor versus good prognosis, okay? Let's check those later. You have your 70 and 71F. Rheumatoid arthritis disease activity low. Last but not the least is 71 moderate. So what are we looking for here? Moderate is our word, which we can get from your 3471F. Letter cut. Okay? So again, if you will be checking the codes one by one, you'll understand my point. That's going to be your shortcut, okay? Usually, taste takers, okay, I mean, they're not going to, we will not be providing food for them, okay? Some local chapters do, okay? But I haven't experienced that thing when I proctor some examinations, okay? It's, again, some test takers, okay, do it like a shortcut, but few test takers will do the long strategy, okay? So please watch out for that one. So you have letter C here as your final answer. Last question, you have Miss P. Ivy is here for strabismus corrective surgery, performed with her two horizontal muscles, okay? Again, although it lacks some information here or on which eye it was performed, but let's just assume it's any of the eye, okay? But again, this is just for review purposes. So again, strabismus corrective surgery. Go to the codes directly one by one. 67311. All Alright, if you will go to 67311, that's your, yeah, 1 second. Strabismus surgery, okay. Recession or resection procedure, one horizontal muscle. So that's your main thing here. One horizontal, it's mentioned here two horizontal muscles, so that's not your answer. Two horizontal is your 67312. Again, even if you found already your answer, make sure to check the remaining codes. Maybe it's better than what you got with your letter A or letter B. Okay, don't forget to do that. Oops, it's vertical. It's also vertical here. So most probably, will be getting your letter boy as your final answer. Okay, so again, that's it for today, guys. I missed you a lot, so again, I'll be trying my best to post videos every week or every 2 weeks, so at least I can accommodate your request. So again, feel free to click the link below if ever that you want to have the full review. Okay, AAPC will be offering that one for you. Okay, so there's a lot of options with the AAPC website. You can choose a lot of options there. If ever that you want to, again, to study the course itself and how to become a medical coder. Again, that's going to be it for today. For any questions, suggestions, clarification, feel free to comment it down below. That's it for today, guys. That was a very wonderful topic that we have discussed for today. So long, see you next time. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, feel free to do so, and don't forget to like. You can leave a comment below if ever that you have any topics that you want me to cover next time. I'll make sure that this time I will be posting more videos frequently than before. So again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the 3,000 subscribers. I'll make sure I'll give you more content and topic about medical coding. So long. See you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.